Hello, and welcome to this new product presentation of Principal WP by BioWorks. Principal WP is a biological myco-insecticide that controls many of the most destructive crop pests, including thrips, whiteflies, and aphids. There are many additional pests that can be found on the label, some of which can be found in the purple box on the right-hand side of the screen. BioWorks received EPA registration in April 2025. It has a 4-hour restricted entry interval and a 0-day pre-harvest interval, and is available in 1-pound packages. There are 12 1-pound packages per case and 648 1-pound packages per pallet. Principal WP is based on the active ingredient Beauveria bassiana, strain BW149. It is available in a wettable powder formulation. BioWorks has developed Principal WP because we've had over 20 years of successfully implementing Beauveria bassiana into growers' IPM systems. BioWorks owns the name, registration, production, and packaging of Principal WP. Label information and application rates. Principal WP can be applied in a greenhouse or nursery setting. It can be applied as a high or low volume spray, a dip, or a drench application. In specialty ag or outdoor food crops, Principal WP can be applied as a foliar spray, as a ground application, or aerial application. As far as application rates, there are a number of specific recommendations based on pest. However, generally speaking, Principal WP can be applied at 1/2 to 2 pounds per 100 gallons or at 1/4 to 3 pounds per acre. How does Principal WP work? On screen, you will see the life cycle of Beauveria bassiana. Starting in the upper left-hand corner, you will see a Beauveria spore. These are also known as aerial candidiospores. Insects come into contact with these aerial candidiospores by either primary contact through the application of the product or secondary contact as the insects are walking around on treated material. Once the spore contacts the insect's cuticle, it will adhere and germinate. After it germinates, it creates a specialized structure called the aphisorium. The aphisorium is a specialized structure that has both pressure as well as enzyme production that allows the hyphae access to the insect's hemolymph or blood. Once the hyphae reaches the hemolymph, it starts to break up into fungal segments called blastospores. Those blastospores will quickly and efficiently be transported throughout the insect's body via the hemolymph. All the while, the blastospores will be creating toxins that will eventually result in the insect's death. Once the insect dies, the blastospores will germinate and create more hyphae. Under high humidity conditions, that hyphae can leave the body and create more aerial candidiospores. However, it's important for growers to make multiple applications in order to control rapidly growing pest populations. Now let's spend a few minutes looking at some research data. In the case of all 3 trials that I'm going to show you, the graphs are going to look similar, with the population of insects on the vertical and the days after treatment on the horizontal. The untreated control will be in black, the competitive wettable powder Beauveria bassiana will be in gray, and Principal will be in purple at the low, medium, and high rate. Starting with a trial by Dr. Louis Kanyes at The Ohio State University. He did a trial managing western flower thrips on zinnia. All treatments applied as a foliar spray on days 0, 7, 14, and 21 days. By 28 days after treatment, all Principal WP rates significantly reduced pest populations by over 70%. The second trial was also conducted by Dr. Louis Kanyes. In this trial, he looked at the management of sweet potato whitefly on poinsettia. All treatments were applied as a foliar spray on days 0, 7, 14, and 21 days. All Principal WP treatments significantly reduced whitefly nymphs in adults by 14 days after initial treatment, with suppression up to 65%. Over 70% reduction in whitefly nymphs in adults were seen by day 28 for both the medium and high rate of Principal WP. The final trial was conducted by Dr. James Coupland from Farm Forest Research in Ontario, Canada. In this trial, we're looking at the management of rice root aphids on hemp. All treatments were applied as drenches 4 times on 7-day intervals, starting at day 0. By 7 days after treatment, all Principal WP treatments significantly reduced root aphid numbers by more than 70%. By 14 days after treatment, medium and high rate of Principal WP provided greater than 90% suppression of rice root aphids. Principal WP positioning. Principal WP delivers conventional chemical level efficacy against key pest populations, including resistance pest. Backed and driven by BioWorks technical expertise and customer service to make Beauveria work optimally in growers' IPM programs. Additionally, Principal has an ideal wettable powder formulation. It has excellent mixability, low dust, minimal leaf residue, and no phytotoxicity. Additionally, as mentioned earlier, it has a 4-hour REI and a 0-day PHI with implementation expertise by the BioWorks staff. When using biological products, it's important to understand compatibility. Starting with resistance management, Principal's complex mode of action makes it an excellent rotational partner within traditional pesticide programs without the risk of resistance. Principal also features exceptional compatibility and can be tank mixed with a number of conventional pesticides as well as other biological products. Principal is also compatible with a number of beneficial insect species. I wanted to briefly highlight 2 tank mix partners, Principal WP plus Multex, which is an excellent combination for pests with fast life cycles like aphids, as well as Principal WP plus Epishield. Epishield has the fast knockdown as well as repellency. This gets thrips moving, which will result in them picking up more spores. Many growers will likely already be using an entomopathogenic fungus-based product. This chart will help you position Principal WP to some of the current products on the market. First of all, BioWorks has been selling Beauveria bassiana products for over 20 years. No other company comes close to that level of experience. Principal can be stored at room temperature and is in a resealable bag, so multiple applications can be made. It is OMRI certified, has a 4-hour REI, has a good leaf residue profile, which we will be going over in the next few slides. It has cannabis-friendly language. It has a clean formulation and excellent mixability. And finally, it has a broad label that can be used both indoor and outdoor. In the next few slides, we'll be comparing Principal WP to a competitive Beauveria bassiana liquid ES formulation, as well as a wettable powder, in terms of both phytotoxicity and residue. In this leaf residue comparison trial on cucumbers, we have 3 treatments: control, Principal WP, and a competitive wettable powder formulation. Plants treated with Principal WP have no leaf residue, making them more retail ready than those sprayed with other formulations. In the second trial, we have a phytotoxicity comparison on cucumbers. Once again, control, Principal, and it's compared to a competitor liquid ES formulation. Plants treated with Principal WP carry no signs of damage or injury, making them visibly healthier than those using other formulations. There are many resources available to you on our website. Many of those resources were also emailed to the distributors the week after we received EPA registration. Those resources included things like the product image, info sheet, label, SDS, and so on. In the last few weeks and in the months to come, we will also have a number of marketing communications that will go out to growers and distributors. Finally, I wanted to mention that on our website under resources, we have several very valuable tools for the distributor and the growers, a rate calculator, application methods, and compatibility tool. Thank you for listening to this new product presentation on Principal WP.